Today, I am finally getting around to mounting my thumb. So, I've had this for, oh gosh, I don't know, 10 months, 10 months, something like that. Almost a year. But I just got it propped up there. I got a C-clamp out here, and this is just a rigged up clamp just to kind of fit it, to make sure that they close together where they need to. And then I'll just mark this where it goes, kind of here, so I can pull it apart, and then I'll take all the extra stuff off of it, make it a little lighter, easier to weld, kind of clean off all the paint. Alright, so hopefully my welder works. I haven't used it in a while, but I got flux core in there because it's a little windy today. I might just tack it on there and then finish welding it whenever the wind goes away, because the wire is the same size, so the other one will weld better because it's solid wire, so you can get it hotter and put more wire versus the flux core. Let's get this dude tacked up here. It'll work. Well, I guess I'll go get my hood. Well, crap. Really need a new gun. This liner's bad, the gun's bad, everything's bad on it. It's like 25 years old, and I don't think you can get a replacement. I think I've looked. So just jam the wire. This flux core wire is a lot weaker, so it got jammed and it clogged up the gears. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to buy a new gun, or hopefully I can find one. But it's tacked on there good enough. Wind might have died down enough. I might be able to put that solid core wire back in it. I'm gonna go see if I can scrounge up a. I'll have to order it if anything, but go see if I can find a aftermarket gun for this thing. I gave up. I went ahead and ordered. I actually found a new gun, a replacement gun for this thing. About I don't know, 7-8 years ago I looked and they didn't make one, but apparently HTP makes one now. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was like $170 for a 15-foot gun. And it's got all replaceable parts. You can't get a single part for this gun except for you might be able to get tips. I actually just cross-thread some other tips in there because you can't find them locally. If I were to get them, I'd have to order them. But I got it tacked on there. Looks like crap, but that gun it just sucks. So I'll leave this here, and then hopefully the gun will be here before next weekend. And I'll be able to, hopefully it's not windy. I won't have to use that flux core. Or I'll set up some sort of wind block or something, I guess, if I have to. That ought to be it. Shouldn't take much. I still got to get hoses and some adapters or fittings for it to hook it up, but I wanted to get it in place to measure how long hoses and stuff to get. All right, so it's been a bit. Got a new gun. Should have bought that whenever it came out. I looked like 5 or 8 years ago, and they didn't make one, but they do now. Works great. Bought a new welding helmet too. My auto darkening one went out, and this one's got a big screen, and it's solar powered. Eastwood. So far, it's good. I debated upon one of those cheap Amazon ones, but reviews on this one were really good, and the reviews on the Amazon one had some pretty bad ones in there, so we'll see. So, got a tack on there. It's kind of not windy out. I got a little glass patio door here to kind of block some wind. Just clamping it in to get it tightened up, and this should weld pretty good. I wire brushed the primer off, and since I'm going up and down, I shouldn't be worried about my cylinder like I was before. I just got to get welded before my deck collapses from the weight of this thing. But there's my ugly ass weld with the attempt with the flux core, and then there's one of my tacks without it. So I'm glad I bought the new gun. So I'm going to set up. Let's get this sucker welded in. I don't think they advise welding on a wooden deck, but oh well. Alright. That side's not too bad. I think I'll run another pass since I'm going downhill. I wish I could do a flat weld on that, but I gotta grind all those boogers off up there. I'm not worried about it warping because this shit's so thick. I don't think it's gonna warp. I mean, that's good. What? I don't think it's 3/8. It's more than a quarter, and that's 3/8 right there. So one side, let's hit the other side. It's wind's picking up though, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to block that a little better. I can feel my wire. Something's going on with my wire. I can feel it in. Huh? Seems to be working, but I do have my splatter juice here. I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but that's what I do. Probably not, but I'm not a welder. I just do shit. I hit that some of that flex core wire weld, and it flashed up a little bit. Nope. Bound my wire up. So this is the problem I had before, but I think I forgot to de-adjust my tension. So before, my liner was bad, so it was to get it to go through, I had to tighten that sucker down really tight, but it would bind up all the time. But this one should be good. I just need to loosen it up so that whenever it gets something like that, it doesn't do this. But let me dig this dude out and get it reset. All right, so I got coat of paint on it. Supposedly that's the right color, but I guess my yellow is pretty faded, and I'm pretty lazy. I didn't mask anything off. It was still actually hot when I painted it, so I couldn't put masking tape on there, is why. So it is what it is. So I ordered my stuff. Hoses, really not digging that this cylinder has the ports on both sides. Although I guess it doesn't matter because it's really hard for this one to get to this. I don't want to loop it this way because it'll get in the way of the hole and stuff. So what I ordered was, so this one is going to come just straight down and loop and kind of like this and catch that one. I debated upon putting a 90 on here, but I figured that was too short of a hose and it would just kink, so I need a good hoop in it. I tried to find somewhere to get hoses that had the metal guard on it, but I was not successful. So, and this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 90 on here, and I'll run it out behind this hose, loop it over, so it'll come up this way, and then so it'll come down to here, and then I got a 90 and then a 45 for here to kind of put it somewhere in this neighborhood. So I may end up having to put some sort of clamp or something. I did get the plastic hose guard to keep it from rubbing here, so we'll see. I mean, it's going to have some restriction because it's got these 90s in here, but it's not going to hurt it any. It'll be okay. And I got same 3/8 hose with 1/2-inch fittings, which is what most of this stuff is. Actually, that's bigger than that. No, that's 1/2 inch. That's fine. It'll work. But I ordered the hoses. Hopefully they'll be here this week, and be able to get them on. Be able to use my thumb. Well, it's probably been 2.5, 3 years before I started this video, and I found that I like to do shit more than I like to film shit. But so I got the thumb pretty much dialed in. I did end up finding a block. Ignore my ugly welds. That was not a good day. But So I finally got the settings worked out, and on this machine it has several different settings for the hydraulic accessories, and I was just putting it on the wrong one. So that's the dial, that's the block right there. So that's what sets it. And apparently if you put it on the nibbler setting, it's got a little sticker on the side here that tells you what they are. But the nibbler setting is what works for this, for a thumb. And so it ended up, I should have moved it back another 1/2 inch. It ended up rubbing. It wasn't too bad until I replaced my bushing. I replaced this pin and the bushing in there. And it was so loose before that I ended up having to, you can see where I've cut this off, and I've cut this off right here where it doesn't rub anymore. But overall, it's good. Works great. I use it to go to my sawmill. So if I park right here, I can grab the logs from the pile and set them on the sawmill. Works out really good. No complaints. I mean, it's cheap, but it is what it is. It actually fits perfect. So it misses everything. Like, no matter how tight you curl and everything, it will not hit the cylinder at all. That's all been up, but was been up beforehand.